Hello, guys. It's a beautiful Saturday, and today I decided to to talk to you something different, much more personal about my life. First of all, I was born in the year 1988 in a small village in Kenya, Machakos County, Mwala constituency, a village called Kivianeo. I was born to my father Francis Kimuyu and my mother Teresia Mweni. In the year 1996, that is when I was joining my nursery school within the same village. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I only remember my mom taking me to Kidianeo Nursery School as a kid for the introduction of my what we can call baby class or the start of my education. And it is within the same year, October, that I lost my mom. That made me not to proceed to class 1 within the same year. I had to repeat because the death of my mom interrupted my education. So I repeated nursery school, 1997. I completed the nursery school and proceeded to Kivianeo Primary School, 1998. At this time, you can factor out my age. I was 10 years when I was in class 1. I studied in Kivianeo Primary School, and maybe the advantage of age because of the the pupils I was with. Though I was short, it gave me advantage. My shortness gave me advantage of being confused to be young. But mentally, I was very mature, and it gave me advantage. I used to be number one from class 1 to class 8, and I completed class 8 in 2005, and I got a letter of admission in Tala High School. Due to the poor background, I could not proceed to Tala. I could not proceed to Tala High School. I opted to repeat class 8 at Kidianeo Primary School, that is 206. At that time, the challenge that I had is that my young brother, Martin, called Martin Kimuyu, was just entering the same class 8. So I had to go back and study with him because I had no school fees to proceed to the school I had been called, that is Tala High School. It was a competition because Martin, my young brother, used to be number one in their class. So in this time now, I have to prove to him that I am the champion and I should be number one. And it is expected because he is my young brother, I should beat him in class. Thank God I managed to uphold my number one. First, being a repeater, that is an advantage. I was very bright. I liked mathematics a lot. I did up to class 8, that is 206, until we did our KCPE. And I came up as the top student with 367 marks out of 500. Again, the misfortune of not having cash to proceed, I got a letter calling me to join Chuka High School. I got a letter of admission, but I could not proceed. Again, the same challenge I had faced. I was told there is no school fees. We told you not to repeat. You find something to start doing, to start business, but you opted to repeat. And you know our family. There's no that now that's my dad telling me there's no school fees. I tried my elder brothers, they told me the same. You have to, there is no option. Now I started my brother, one of my brothers, and partnered with a brother-in-law. They were operating a shop within the village. They employed me within the school, within the village, to work as the shop attendant. This is one of the saddest and the lowest moments of my life, because being the top student, I could not join Form 1, but all the other students, as they were going, they used to pass at the shop to tell me goodbye, goodbye, like to bid me goodbye and to tell me now they are going. They come with their luggages, they are carrying books. They are just like telling me now I'm going to this school, I'm going to this school. I counted, and the shame of being number one, but I could not proceed. It kept hounding me. I kept telling them, I will go later, I will go later, I will join later, I'm going later, I'll go to secondary school later. But it doomed to me that this later was not forthcoming when the same pupils, the same students came now for midterm, and they still found me operating the shop. It was humiliation in my life, and I hated poverty because it was limiting me. I said I have no option, but I have to work. I have no option. I never knew anybody who can sponsor me. I had no connection. Our family was very poor. So I continued to work up to the month of June. Something happened. Kibaki, the president of Kenya then, announced that all the street children, the chokoras, were to be taken to school. I said, if chokoras are being taken to school, why not me? I went and told my dad, now I have heard chokoras in Nairobi, they are being taken to school. I need to go and join them so that I can be taken to school alongside them. My dad totally objected that. He saw me like a mad. Maybe I've smoked weed. But in my determination, I told him, Dad, just bless me, I'm leaving. I left the shop. My brothers were working in Kikomba. I came and they asked me, why have you come? Whom have you left to attend the shop? They told me, go back. I told them no. Then one of my hands used to stay in Kayole area, one of the slums of Nairobi, Soweto, in Kayole. She is the one who had informed me that the chokoras are being collected, and they are being put somewhere in a church, helicopter church. There's a church called Helicopter in Kayole. That is where the chokoras are being put together so that they can be taken to school. I traveled all the way to Kayole and joined the group of chokoras. in that church. We stayed there for a week. Nothing is happening. We are just prayers. We wake up. We spend cleaning the compound, loiter, say, collecting garbage, so forth, so forth. We come at night. We sleep, and it was one of also of experience that I might not want to to speak about because I'm pretending to be a chokora. These chokoras are they have the glue, the gum on there, and so I pretend, but the pretense cannot last long. Then there came one day when the pastor came and said, "Now all of you, as we are waiting for the government to take you to school, you have to get born again." My own background, my family background is Catholic Church. When I heard this, I knew now it is something else. This is not about school. And I used to hear stories about Illuminati. And it is by then, that year, around 2006, 2007, that, that talk was too much. Then I was alarmed in my mind. Now, you came to join Illuminati. You came Nairobi to join Illuminati. Hi. When it came to my turn to be prayed for, I told the pastor, give me more time to prepare myself. Then you pray for me tomorrow. They said, okay, okay, take your time. I never slept that night. I planned now I must escape. I must find my way out. And I did. By 5 a.m. in the morning, early in the morning, I left that place. I decided have to find my brothers. By then, there was no mobile phone. I had no mobile phone. By then, I had no mobile phone. But before I left home, I had stolen my dad's SIM card. So that in case I want to call someone, I might request anybody with a phone to insert that SIM card so that I can pick a number of the person I want to call. Whenever I tried to reach anybody, they feared me. They saw me like a thief. I want to steal their phone. So I went to these booths. There were still these booths where they used to operate. I gave them the SIM card. I called my brother. I'm stranded somewhere. One of my brothers called Patrick. He told me, find your way out to Uruma. Ask to be taken to Uruma Redeemed Gospel Church. I'll pick you from there. He picked me from there. I found my way. I went to a matatu and then all the way to Uruma. He picked me and then I started living with him. How I joined Form 1 is one of the funniest stories, and it will be in part 2 of this story about my life. Stay tuned for part 2.